Another beautiful day in America's finest city, San Diego, California, as the San Diego State Aztec women's basketball team gets set to host Boise State. It's the conference home opener for the Aztecs this Saturday afternoon. As you look inside Viejas Arena, the Aztecs getting introduced for what should be a really, really good game today. These were two of the best teams in the conference last year. They were two of the best teams in the non-conference play early this season, and they figure to go toe-to-toe here this afternoon. Boise State has been in San Diego for a couple of days now. They played at New Mexico in their conference opener on Wednesday night. It was a one-point game until the fourth quarter. New Mexico eventually going on to the victory 70-63. So Boise State trying to make sure they get out of this road trip with a split. San Diego State opened up conference play on Wednesday night in Fresno and led start to finish in a 63-53 victory. Chris Ello, glad you've been able to join us here and looking forward to it. You look at the Aztecs, same starting five they've had throughout this entire season. For Stacey Terry Hudson, Kennedy Lee right there in the middle, a transfer from Nevada, number 0. Bailey Barnhart from San Diego. That's the front court, and then the back court, which for the Aztecs is dynamic. Nat Martinez. 17 points for her there, but stopped by Kennedy Lee on the game's first possession. Nat Martinez the other way for the Aztecs. Plays to the sophomore Barnhart in the post, and Bailey lost it going to the rim. Boise State, 4 seniors in the starting lineup. We mentioned Tatum Thompson, but they have a great shooting trio of guards. Maya Hansen, Danny Bays, and Natalie Pascoe, number 32. Bays has the ball now out of Australia and putting it up off the drive, rebounded by Barnhart. Nala Williams, last year the Division II National Player of the Year, sets up Naomi Panganiban. And Panganiban has been on fire of late. She opens the scoring with a 3. The Aztecs preseason all-conference sophomore has been averaging 17 points a game over the last 4. Bays inside, got fouled, and it was Panganiban reaching in from behind, getting a piece of Danny Bays. There's Naomi Panganiban out of San Diego. Went to high school here at La Jolla Country Day, a great local high school women's program. And Panganiban on the all-freshman team a year ago and preseason all-conference this year. She is the leader of the Aztecs. Danny Bays out of Brisbane, Australia, 5'11 senior, averages 13.5 points a game and puts in on both free throws. So a minute into the game, it's the Aztecs 3 and Boise State 2. Barnhart out high to Panganiban. Naomi to the free throw line. Bounce the ball to Nala Williams. The Aztecs get most of their scoring from their trio in the backcourt. But Kennedy Lee going to work on the inside. And Kennedy Lee, a senior from Louisville, gives the Aztecs a 5-2 lead. Tatum Thompson has her first touch. Comes straight away to Hutton. Now a 3 by Natalie Pascoe. And you are looking there at one of the best shooters in the nation. Pascoe from Danville, California, shoots the 3 at a remarkable 48.5%. And that was her 34th make of the year. Panganiban on a beautiful drive, able to scoop it in with the offhand. Give the Aztecs a 7-5 lead, but right back is Hutton working on the inside against Lee, and the rebound by Barnhart. Nat Martinez, the reigning Mountain West Conference Player of the Week for San Diego State, wearing number 10 inside. Kennedy Lee gets another one to go on the reverse. Good start for Kennedy Lee. Nice pass ahead to Hutton. And that was a beautiful lead by Maya Hansen, setting up the basket for Hutton. 9-7 the Aztecs. Fast start. Both teams out of the gate quickly here in the opening 3 minutes. Nala Williams on a drive into the paint. Out to Nat Martinez. Also, like Pasco, a deadly three-point shooter, Nat Martinez, although not the same percentage as Pasco. Panganiban, they do not want to back off of her the way she's been shooting of late. She's hit her second three, and already 8 points for Naomi Panganiban. 12-7 the Aztecs. Pasco trying to find some room. Straight away to Hutton, the only sophomore in the starting lineup for Boise State. And here's Tatum Thompson on a drive against Barnhart, and beautiful defense by Barnhart, stopping Thompson. Panganiban brings it back outside, and a reset to Kennedy Lee. Over it goes to Nala Williams. Williams on a drive, left it a little short, rebounded by Hutton. Libby Hutton out of Perth, Australia. A couple of Australians on this Boise State squad, and a beautiful move by Libby Hutton. Wow. Spinning in the lane to get free for the layup. And that's 4 points for Libby Hutton. Aztecs 12, Boise State 9. Only 4 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Nat Martinez drives in on the baseline, kicks it out for Kennedy Lee. Lee is a pretty good three-point shooter for a post player. In fact, Lee made 7 threes in a game earlier here this year. Martinez spinning in there, gives it to Kennedy Lee. Her three off the mark. Barnhart got a hand on the rebound, but unable to control it. So we get our first subs of the afternoon. Morgan Maldonado, a freshman from Anchorage, is into the game for Boise State. Alyssa Jackson and Maria Constantinidou check in for the Aztecs, along with C.J. Latta. Latta, a transfer from Utah State. Constantinidou came to the Aztecs from Fresno State. Maldonado, the freshman, giving the ball to Thompson. Now Hutton waiting for Pasco, and she just wants to find some room. Unable to hit that one, but it was only a two-pointer. Maybe that's why. And a spinning move by Maya Hansen, able to score it for Boise State. 12-11 the Aztecs as we come up on the midway point of the first quarter. C.J. Latta along the sideline. Latta hit 3 for 3 from distance in the Aztecs win over Fresno State on Wednesday night up in Fresno. Panganiban with 8 to shoot. Feeds it to Martinez out of the corner, and she got fouled. Nat Martinez has a way of getting fouled on three-point shots, and it happens often. And it happened here. And after our first break of the afternoon, Nat Martinez will be going to the free throw line for 3 shots. Well, that's a good start to this game, and I have a feeling it's going to be good all day long. San Diego State 12, Boise State 11. Glad you're with us. Underway from Viejas Arena on the Mountain West Network. Chris, hello. Back with you at Viejas Arena. And Nat Martinez, 3 free throws for the sophomore out of San Leandro, California. Martinez is a very good free throw shooter normally at 87%. Knocks in the second. Her first points of the game. Martinez had 22 in the Aztecs win at Kansas State a week ago Wednesday, earning her Mountain West Conference Player of the Week honors. She makes only 1 of 3 here, and a foul on Constantinidou going after the rebound. Second team foul on the Aztecs. 4:45 left first quarter. Here comes Maya Hansen out of Billings, Montana. Senior guard. Hansen giving it over to Pasco. Into the post it goes to Hutton. Outside Hansen, a deep look at 3. Rebounded by Constantinidou and ripped away by Maldonado. Pasco banks it in. Nice play by the freshman Morgan Maldonado after Constantinidu had the rebound. So Boise State has come back from an early deficit to tie it at 13. Alyssa Jackson on the perimeter finds Panganiban. Naomi, a no-look for Martinez. For three, Nat Martinez. You certainly can't give her an open look like that. Same goes at the other end for Pasco. Those two are going to knock out three-pointers all day long if you give them room. 16-13, the Aztecs. Here's Pasco now, getting around a screen. Plays it off to Hansen and into Hutton in the post. Nice pass out of the post to Maldonado. Thompson, her first shot, rims out. Rebound by Hutton. The Aztecs did not do a good job on the glass Wednesday night in Fresno. Got away with it. They got away with it that time as Pasco missed a look at three. So San Diego State by 3, 16-13, first quarter. Martinez goes right to the rim. Nobody picked her up. No help defense at all for Boise State. Nat Martinez got right to the rim. She's got 6 quick points. 18-13, the Aztecs. Tatum Thompson for 3. Nope. Rebounded by Latta. Latta ahead to Martinez. Nat kicks it to Panganiban. In rhythm on the jumper. Naomi Panganiban continues to have the touch. 10 points for Panganiban on 4 of 4 shooting. 20-13, the largest lead of this first quarter. 2.5 to go. Pasco on a drive, and I think she traveled. She did. It'll go back to the Aztecs as Nala Williams returns. And Kendall Mosley, a freshman, wearing number 1, checks in for the Aztecs. Have not seen much of Mosley lately, but this is a really, really promising young player. Has not been able to find any playing time in the last 3 or 4 games, but the staff, Stacey Terry Hudson, the head coach, love Kendall Mosley and want her to get some more time. She's in there right now. Nala Williams, strong to the rim, took a bump and missed the shot, but she'll go to the free throw line. Nala Williams is out of Long Beach. And Nala Williams played last year at Cal State Dominguez Hills, led that team all the way to the Division II National Championship game. Williams was not only named the Player of the Year in Division II nationally, but also the conference's Defensive Player of the Year. She almost more proud of that honor. Williams splitting the free throws, tracking down the rebound. Out to Latta and back to Williams. Nope. Weak side rebound. Mosley got upended, and it'll stay with San Diego State. Aztecs in the midst of an 8-0 run here. 2:11 to go in the first quarter. They pointed Aztec ball. Tatum Thompson did not get the message. Now it'll be Mosley to trigger it in. The freshman out of the Dallas area for San Diego State. Comes into Williams. Mosley pops free. Got it. A three-pointer. And, man, does that do a lot for her, the staff, and the Aztecs in general. Kendall Mosley has not played in 4 games. She drains a 3 to give the Aztecs an 11-point lead. We got a foul before the ball went inside. Danny Bays got hit. And it was Mosley who got called. Emily Howard, a 6'5" junior from Vancouver, British Columbia, has checked in for Boise State. Good inbounds play, but Bays missed it. Howard did not. Emily Howard on the offensive glass for the Broncos, and that ends an 11-0 San Diego State run. 24-15, 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Foul, illegal screen. Screen is against, the foul is against Alyssa Jackson. 4th team foul for San Diego State. Boise State gets it back. with Hansen bringing it into the front court. Bays, now Thompson, into the post to the 6'5", Howard. A couple of different moves, rebounded by Kennedy Lee. Lee doesn't have the same height as Howard, but she has the strength to keep Howard away from the hoop. Kennedy will try a three. She's got it. I told you, she made 7 of them in a game earlier this season. She's more than capable if you don't step out. 27-15. Minute left in the quarter. Tatum Thompson goes to Jada Lewis, who's coming to the game, number 24 for the Broncos. Now Bays looking for some room. Feeds it to Howard in the paint, and outside to Hansen. Nice pass, and Hansen delivers the three. Maya Hansen. We talked about Pasco, 48% from three. Maya Hansen's 45% from three. Can't leave either of them open. Nala Williams tried to feed it, and it was deflected out. Mason Borcherding, a freshman from Parker, Colorado, checking in for the Broncos. Aztecs have 17 to shoot. Shot clock is 8 seconds ahead of the game clock here. Latta holds it up. 10 to shoot. Gives to Lee. Back to C.J. Latta. Latta looking to create. Off the dribble, a fall away. Rebounded by Hansen. Boise State can take the last shot, although Williams nearly stole the pass. 3.8 left for Boise State. Borcherding will inbound. On the baseline, Williams able to come up with a block shot and end the first quarter. Good shooting first quarter for, and I mean really good for San Diego State. San Diego State shot 71%. They keep that up, it's going to be game over. But they're not going to shoot 71%. They did in the first quarter. And the Aztecs also hit 5 of their 7 threes. 27-18 at the end of one. San Diego State over Boise State on the Mountain West Network. Sizzling first quarter for San Diego State. The Aztecs hit 10 out of 14 field goals for 71%. They were 5 of 7 from the arc. And with that, San Diego State out to a 27-18 lead over Boise State. Aztecs have beaten Boise State in each of the last 3 meetings. They only played once last year. It was the conference opener here at Viejas Arena. Aztecs won that one 74-59. Teams played 2 years ago in the Mountain West Conference semifinal game. A thrilling win for the Aztecs. Boise State goes some zone here, and that leaves Martinez open. Rims out on Nat Martinez, rebounded by Bays. Ahead to Jada Lewis, and a foul is going to be on Martinez. Good outlet to Jada Lewis, giving her the chance to attack. And Boise State will inbound here in the opening minute of the second quarter. Hansen will trigger it in. She comes in to Howard, and Emily in the paint at 6'5", able to find her way to the rim. 4 points for Emily Howard. And Boise State's got to feel all right because they're down by just 7 in a game that San Diego State has hardly missed a shot. Panganiban outside to Kennedy Lee, into the post to Bailey Barnhart. Bailey off the window. Nicely done by Barnhart. She has the size advantage on Danny Bays. 29-20, first bucket for Barnhart. Here's Bays, the other end. Going baseline, finding the pass inside to Borcherding. And finally, Lee came up with it. Picked up by Panganiban. Naomi takes a look, goes to Kennedy Lee. Good defense by Boise State in transition that time. Nat Martinez, and they go to the corner for Kaylin Hamilton. And another Aztec sophomore, Kaylin Hamilton, just into the game to hit a 3. That is already 6 threes for San Diego State in this game. they lead the conference, averaging 8.5 per game. They're well on their way to that number today. There's a foul on Hamilton outside against Hanson. San Diego State 6 of 9 on threes. Like I said, if that holds up, it's game over. But the Aztecs only shoot about 32% from three on the season. Today they're shooting 67%. We'll see how much of that they can continue. Hanson got the foul. Nicely done by Maya Hanson. Able to go around the screen and then create some contact and get herself to the free throw line. Hanson, 5'9", senior from Billings, Montana. Has always worn number 1 in the past. And I don't know if it was a regular change this year to 14. I know it is because on their roster they have her 14. But Nat Martinez of the Aztecs also changed this year, went from 21 to 10. So Hanson's pretty good no matter what number she wears. And she knocked in a pair to make the score 32-22. 2 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Nala Williams on the attack. Straight away to Barnhart. Panganiban under some pressure from Lewis. Naomi gives it to Kennedy Lee. Backdoor cut by Nala Williams. Left it short. Rebound to Bays. Here comes Jada Lewis. Good cut by Nala Williams, but didn't get the finish. Straight away to Hutton. Now Bays. Danny on the pull-up. Rebounded by Nala Williams. Panganiban on the run, weaving through traffic. Kennedy Lee hit one earlier. Got another. Her second three-pointer. And the 7th already by San Diego State. Kennedy Lee with 10 points. 35-22 Aztecs. Into the post for Hutton, knocked away and picked up by Nat Martinez. On the turnover, Martinez swinging it to Panganiban and a holding foul on Lewis. Naomi Panganiban played this summer for the Philippine national team. Not just the, underage 18 and under. No, the actual Philippine national team. And she led the team in scoring. The tournament in Asia, the Asia Cup, Panganiban helped the Philippines advance to the second round. A tremendously proud moment for her and her country. And Panganiban's game has looked like she had some international experience, the way she's picked things up this year. Got to get the shot off, and Martinez did not beat the buzzer. Aztecs did not know the clock. Not a lot of turnovers in this game, 2 for Boise State. And that's just the 3rd for San Diego State. Tatum Thompson, Boise State's got to get her going. Averages 15 a game, hasn't scored yet. Nice move by Danny Bays on the drive and putting it in off the window. Bays has 4, 35-24. Panganiban to answer. Nope, but a foul. Naomi Panganiban fouled by Libby Hutton. So Panganiban coming off the great experience on the Philippine national squad. And that's after she made the all-freshman team last year. She also made the all-tournament team at the Mountain West Tournament. Had a brilliant game in the championship, 17 against Wyoming in that triple overtime win. This is a young lady who is remarkably talented at a very young stage in her career. Both free throws are good by Panganiban. 37-24, 12 points for Panganiban. Boise State with a weave. Hutton finding Thompson. They got to get her going. Tatum Thompson backing her way on Panganiban. Rebound pulled out of there by Nala Williams. Nat Martinez on the fly, gives it to Williams. Looking inside for Barnhart. Bailey on the face-up and the step back. Beautiful. Beautiful shot by Bailey Barnhart. Looking good on the interior. 4 points for Bailey and a 15-point lead for the Aztecs. Bays leaves it short. Rebounded by Barnhart. The Aztecs continuing to click here in this ball game. Remember, they shot 71% in the first quarter. They're shooting 67% in the second. And Panganiban adds to that. Gordy Presnell needs a timeout for Boise State. 14 points for Panganiban. And the Aztec lead is 17. 5:13 to go in the second on the Mountain West Network. San Diego State Aztecs huddled around Stacy Terry Hudson in her 13th year as a head coach at San Diego State. Stacy Terry Hudson now with 187 career victories. Closing in on 200. Kelly Lewis, her associate head coach. Justin Hudson, Greg Gottlieb, John Smith, and Mel Boscarino, all part of the great Aztec staff. And even though coaches are never satisfied, the Aztec staff has to be pretty happy with the way their team is playing so far. 41-24, midway through the second quarter. Boise State trying to just stay in this game while the Aztecs practically make every shot. Tatum Thompson has been off. Rebound by Bays that did not hit the rim. 2 to shoot, and they ran out of time. So a shot clock violation on the Broncos. San Diego State has made 15 shots today and missed only 6. The Aztecs are 7 of 10 from the arc. That's why they lead by a big 17 points right now. Barnhart showing some confidence on the drive, cut off by Hutton. 9 to shoot for Nat Martinez. Martinez bounces it inside to Constantinidu, and Maria draws the foul. Constantinidu from Fresno State, where she played last year. She's out of Thessaloniki, Greece. And Constantinidu is a wonderful young lady who absolutely loves to learn. She was she got a media pass earlier this year, was down on the field at a football game taking photos. She's come into our radio studio to learn more about being on the radio. This is one really tremendous young lady who has a zest for learning. Constantinidu. Able to split the free throws here. The Aztecs lead 42-24. Josie Stedman, a 5'11 senior from Blackfoot, Idaho, into the game for the Broncos as Boise State tries to find a combination that can start clicking a little bit. Libby Hutton straight away to Stedman, who comes off the bench shooting. Rebounded by Constantinidu. Boise State is shooting just 32%. We talk about the Aztecs' insane 70% shooting. Panganiban wants another one. That's the first miss for Naomi, but Latta steps into one off the rebound. No good. Aztecs save it and get a third opportunity. Naomi with 14 points, 5 out of 6 now from the floor. Comes to Barnhart with 8 to shoot. Latta curling and finding Panganiban. Long rebound to Barnhart. Nat Martinez thought about it, and the Aztecs getting a 4th opportunity on this trip. They've missed 3 straight threes after making 7 of their first 10. Barnhart on the interior. Got it back and saved it off of Hutton. We'll see. That ball may have landed on Barnhart as she was lying out of bounds, although that was not the initial ruling by the veteran official, Michael Price. Bailey Barnhart will check out with Alyssa Jackson returning. The Aztecs have had the ball here for about 2 minutes. This is their 5th chance to score on this trip down. Alyssa Jackson on the back end. I think she traveled. So the Aztecs had 5 chances to score there. Didn't get any of them. And after 4 straight offensive rebounds, the ball comes back to the Broncos. Stacey Terry Hudson in her 13th season, coming off of her first Mountain West Conference championship a year ago. Here is Hansen on the pull-up, rebounded by Martinez. Ahead to Panganiban. Back to Martinez. Rebounded by the 6'5", Emily Howard. Long pass ahead comes to Izzy Harms into the game for the Broncos. Harms, a freshman from Eugene, Oregon. Emily Howard, again, on the turnaround. Rebounded by Latta. 2:17 to go in the first half. Alyssa Jackson finds an opening and exploits it. Jackson on the nice drive. Alyssa Jackson out of Fairfield, California, her first bucket. And the Aztecs have gone up by 20. Pasco on a nice step back. Rims out. Rebounded by Latta. Boise State's gone cold here. They've made just 1 of their last 10. Panganiban finding Jackson. Missed once, but not again. Jackson following her own miss. 4 straight points for Alyssa Jackson. I'll tell you one thing, if the Aztecs play like this the rest of the season, they're going to win another championship. This is the best they've played by a wide margin, everything going their way. Stedman off the mark on a 3. And the Aztecs looking to extend what is now a 22-point lead. Panganiban takes the drive and a beautiful finish. Panganiban with 16 in the first half on 6 of 8 shooting. The Aztecs have doubled them up here, 48-24. Under a minute to play in the first half. Backdoor cut by Pasco. And she went for the reverse and missed it. But the Aztecs knocked it out of bounds. Under a minute to play in the quarter. This is not what I expected today. I honestly expected this to be all the way to the finish, and maybe Boise State will get back into it. But right now, San Diego State is just playing at an extremely high level. Everything is going the way of the Aztecs, including the ball tapped out of bounds by Boise State. Comes back to San Diego State. Boise State has gone 5 minutes and 39 seconds without a point. San Diego State, which had an earlier 11-0 run, now has a 15-0 run on that layup by Nala Williams. 50-24. Very surprising first half here in San Diego. Pasco with the shot clock 3 ahead of the game clock. Natalie and an illegal screen picked off the defense of Mosley. Gordy Presnell, who has been doing this a long, long time. The Boise State coach, one of the greats, one of only 5 active coaches with over 700 victories, 750. And he's looking down here in front of us at the Boise State bench like, what else can go wrong today? Constantinito travels. So the Broncos, if nothing else, will get the final possession, but only 2.3 left in the half. Hansen will fling it, and even that came after the buzzer. Well, that was all San Diego State. I mean, I don't think you even need me to tell you that. If you watched it, the Aztecs playing a superior first half here today. San Diego State shooting 61%. They made 7 of 14 threes. And if that wasn't enough, they held Boise State without a point for the final 6 minutes and 11 seconds of the first half. The Aztecs finishing on a 15-0 run. So we're at halftime. The score, San Diego State 50, Boise State 24. Back to Viejas Arena with more in just a moment on the Mountain West Network. Back in San Diego, halftime. And you see the score. It's all San Diego State in that first half. The Aztecs 50 and Boise State 24. Chris Ello back with you at Viejas Arena, where the Aztecs shot 61%, made 7 of their 14 three-pointers. And at the other end, Boise State held without a point for the final 6:11 of the first half. The Aztecs finishing the first half on a 15-0 run. So, the score tells the story. It was all San Diego State, which to me is a major surprise. Boise State is going to be one of the contenders for the conference crown before it's all said and done. This is too good of a team. 4 seniors, including the player of the year, Tatum Thompson. You got the shooting of a Pasco and a Hansen and a Bays. You got yourself a squad, and Gordy Presnell is going to have this team right in the mix. But today, it's been that young lady, Naomi Panganiban, getting it done for the Aztecs with 16 first half points. Panganiban hit 6 out of 8 from the field. And she's been on a hot streak. Panganiban, in her last 4 games, averaging 16 per game. And already to that number today. Kennedy Lee had 10 points for the Aztecs in the first half. The rest of it, Nat Martinez was 6. Bailey Barnhart and Alyssa Jackson had 4. Kaylin Hamilton and Kendall Mosley both came off the bench to hit threes. Nala Williams had 3. Maria Constantinidou had 1. CJ Latta did not score. For Boise State, 7 for Maya Hansen. 5 for Natalie Pasco. 4 each for Danny Bays and Libby Hutton. Emily Howard came off the bench to score 4 as well, but Boise State needs to get Tatum Thompson playing the way Tatum Thompson can play. She scored only 6 points in their loss Wednesday night at Albuquerque, and she's held without a point in the first half here today on 0 of 5 shooting. Tatum Thompson is preseason player of the year for a reason, but right now she's not playing up to her level, her normal level. We'll see if she can get it going, and if Boise State can get it going here at all. As we get set to start the second half, the Broncos will have the first possession. Same starting 5s out there for both squads. For Boise State, Hansen, Bays, Pasco, Thompson, and Hutton up front. The Aztecs, Martinez, Williams, Panganiban with Barnhart and Lee in the front court. Here's Libby Hutton working on Lee along the baseline. Hutton wheels into the lane and scores. And boy, did Boise State need that. Anything. That's their first point in 6.5 minutes of game time. 50-26. Panganiban straight away to Nat Martinez. Barnhart on the sideline. Driving in, Bailey Barnhart. Rebound. Pulled out of there by Pasco. Here comes Hansen. Maya Hansen. Bounced it inside, knocked away. Good defensive play by Kennedy Lee. Ahead comes Panganiban. Picked up by Hansen. Panganiban playing it back out to Bailey Barnhart. Minute gone by in the third quarter. Nala Williams And she is called for a violation on the dribble. Only the 6th turnover for San Diego State. Boise State only has 5. And here come the Broncos, trying to see if they can't get their way back into the game here in the third quarter. They're down by 24. Bays around a pick, and that's a shot she normally knocks out. Rebounded by Williams. Ahead to Nat Martinez, sprinting through the lane and finding Panganiban, who left it short and out of bounds. So the Aztecs come out and miss their first 2 shots of the second half after making almost every shot they tried in the first half. Thompson giving the ball to Hansen. Bays looking for Tatum Thompson. They can't get it to her. Pasco with a left hand. Rebounded by Nat Martinez, and she was hacked. Nat Martinez is a really, really good rebounder for 5'7", and they list Nat Martinez 5'7". I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, but I really don't think she is 5'7". But she plays bigger than her size, and she is in there fighting and getting rebounds from the guard position. Martinez going to Kennedy Lee. Now Nala Williams. Panganiban in the corner. Martinez along the baseline, able to stay in bounds and find Nala Williams. Aztecs shooting, drying up a little here to open the third quarter. They've missed their first 3. As mentioned earlier, there's no way they're going to keep up the shooting pace of the first half. The question is, can Boise State find a way to get back into this game? So far, 2.5 minutes gone in the third. The Broncos have scored 2 points, the Aztecs none. Tatum Thompson still looking to get on the scoreboard. Into the post, Hutton has good position and got fouled. Barnhart came over on the double team. Libby Hutton, a sophomore from Perth, Australia. She was on this roster a year ago, didn't play a whole lot. They had pretty experienced front line ahead of her, but Hutton starting to come into her own, averaging 8 points, 6.5 rebounds, and coming off of a career-high 17 in the loss to New Mexico on Wednesday. Hutton, a 67% free throw shooter, splits a pair, and the Aztecs lead 50-27. Boise State goes to some light pressure. Nat Martinez on the hesitation, finds Kennedy Lee. Well done by Martinez, drawing the defense and setting it up for the easy one. Kennedy Lee's got 12. Here's Bays. Straight away to Libby Hutton, trying to work again on Lee. Nice pass by Hutton, and finally Tatum Thompson is on the board. Her first bucket. Thompson, the senior from Woodinville, Washington. 52-29 Aztecs. Nat Martinez exploring, brings it back outside into the hands of Nala Williams. Now Kennedy Lee, she's hit 2 threes, but not that one. And the Aztecs, again, starting to cool off quite a bit from the outside. They're 0 for 4 from the arc here in the third quarter. Thompson going to Bays. Danny Bays blocked by Panganiban and out of bounds off Bays. What a defensive play that was from Panganiban. Staying with Danny Bays, who looked like she was free for the layup. Panganiban denied her. Alyssa Jackson back in for the Aztecs. Boise State going with a 2-2-1 zone press, trying to shake the game up a little bit. They have outscored the Aztecs 5-2 here in the third quarter, but they need a much bigger run than that. Nearly 4 minutes gone by here in the second half. Alyssa Jackson goes to Panganiban. Straight away to Martinez. Kennedy Lee at the free throw line, working on Hutton. Got the foul. The foul on Libby Hutton. Kennedy Lee out of Louisville, Kentucky, 6-foot senior, 74% free throw shooter. Kennedy's averaging 8 points, 5 rebounds so far this year. She's got 12 points so far today. Her season high was 24 big ones against Cal State Northridge. That was a game in which she made 7 3-pointers. She's made 2 today from the arc. And Kennedy has a couple of free throws here to restore the Aztecs' lead to 25. Constantinito replaces her, 54-29. Thompson into the front court, gives to Danny Bays. Bays back to Tatum Thompson. She's off. The rebound, though, rescued by Hutton. Hutton on the drive with the offhand, rebounded by Jackson. Ahead to Panganiban. Aztecs will slow it up. Nat Martinez on the attack. It's it outside. Still 15 on the shot clock. Panganiban finishing with the left hand. That is not an easy shot. Panganiban able to finish. And then the Boise State turnover at the other end. Naomi Panganiban, the last 3-4 games, has been showing the entire repertoire out there. And able to finish with the offhand on that last drive. Beautiful play. Panganiban has got 18 points. The Aztecs led by 26 at the half. Constantinidou. Every now and again, she'll try the 3 from there. Naomi finding Constantinidou just a little too high on the pick and roll. Good try. Timeout. 4:52 to go in the third quarter. The Aztec 26-point halftime lead has become 27 now. 56-29, the Aztecs on the Mountain West Network. Crisello back in San Diego. The Aztecs continuing on the lead and enjoying the big cushion, 56-29. We haven't talked a lot about the rebounding. We've talked a lot about Panganiban. But the Aztecs are also plus 11 on the glass today. I mean, they've had their way to this point in pretty much every category. Morgan Maldonado, the freshman, into the 6'5", Emily Howard. Nice move off the window by Howard. Emily has 6 points out of Vancouver, British Columbia. 56-31, the Aztecs lead. CJ Latta played last year at Utah State. Goes to Panganiban. Danny Bays trying to control her. Alyssa Jackson with 7 to shoot. Nat Martinez. Constantinidou on the pop-out 3. No good. Rebounded by Bays. Maldonado gets it up to Pasco, and in it goes to Howard in the post. Fouled by Constantinidou. So Emily Howard will get to the free throw line here. Second foul on Maria Constantinidou. As mentioned, Howard from British Columbia. Played at Harding Academy in BC. And she reminds me a little of the Aztecs center last year, Callie Clark, in the sense that Howard shoots a lot of her shots around the basket left-handed, but shoots her free throws right-handed. Knocked them both in, and Howard has 8. Emily Howard leading Boise State in scoring. Again, Boise State with the 2-2-1 zone pressure. Nala Williams brings it ahead against the freshman Maldonado. CJ Latta straight away to Constantinidu. Backdoor cut by Williams. Good shot, Nala Williams, and a nice find by the post player Constantinidu. 5 points for Nala Williams. Danny Bays around the pick, and Hutton on the drive. Boise State starting to get into a little bit of a groove here, but the question is it going to be too late? 58-35 as Hutton scores. She's got 9 to take over the team high honors. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Constantinidu, and into the post it goes to Alyssa Jackson on the step back, and Jackson hits. 6 points for Alyssa Jackson. She redshirted, missed all the last season. She has been a major contributor, though, so far this year for the Aztecs. Hutton on the perimeter going to Pasco. Has only been able to get free for 1 3-pointer so far today. Blocked, but a foul from behind as Jackson caught a piece of Hutton. 2 shots coming up for Libby Hutton. Perth, Australia. For those that are familiar or not as familiar with Australia, I think more of us know about Sydney, which is on the southeast coast of Australia. Perth is as far west in Australia as you can go. Hutton putting in on the free throw. She's the first Bronco in double figures. She's got 10. It's the Aztecs 60, Boise State 37. 2:29 to go in the third. Nala Williams again able to dribble up against the pressure. Alyssa Jackson hopped before putting the ball on the floor. A turnover. 8th turnover for San Diego State. Boise State with 6. It's been a well-played game in that regard. And here comes Morgan Maldonado, the freshman out of Anchorage. Hutton into the corner to Bays, into the post to Howard. Rebound by Constantinidu, who defended well. Just wall up against the 6'5" center. And then grabbed the rebound. Well done. Here is Constantinidu giving the ball to Williams. Nala on the drive finds Constantinidu. Good play. Didn't finish it. Tied up. It'll be Aztec basketball on the alternating possession. That's a really good play, though. Nala Williams working with Constantinidu on that pick and roll. Maria unable to finish. Doesn't change the fact that the play was executed well. Kendall Mosley, the freshman for the Aztecs, back in there to trigger it in. 1:37 to go in the third. Kaylin Hamilton has returned as well. Bailey Barnhart working in the post on the step back. Rebound by Hutton. Maldonado couldn't find anybody. Now waits for a screen. Stepped on the line. Missed the shot. Rebounded by Latta. Mosley for the Aztecs on the move. Kendall Mosley, the 6A player of the year in the Dallas Fort Worth area last year. She's going to be a really good one for San Diego State. Mosley is. Here's Latta shooting out of the corner for three and a foul. C.J. Latta, when she would make one of those last year in Utah, the public address announcer would announce that was a 3J. But that's not accurate because with the foul, this one could be a 4J as Latta tries to complete the 4-point play. And does. Latta out of Paul, Idaho. She's given the Aztecs a 27-point lead, their largest of the day. Maldonado on the jumper, nicely done. First bucket for the freshman, Morgan Maldonado. 64-39. Boise State has shaved only 1 point off the halftime deficit. We're inside of 30 seconds. Kaylin Hamilton. And the offensive foul drawn by Jada Lewis. Good footwork by Lewis to stay with Maldonado and draw the charge. Jada Lewis out of Seattle, Washington, a freshman. Boise State gets the last shot here in the third quarter. Maldonado will try to set it up with 10 seconds to go. Down to 4. Put in off the window by Kenna Garza, a freshman from Pocatello, Idaho, just into the game, and Garza connects at the buzzer. So that's the end of 3 quarters in San Diego. Boise State outscored the Aztecs by 3 in the third, but they still have a long way to go. The Aztecs 64, the Broncos 41 on the Mountain West Network. Boise State Broncos finishing up a 2-game road trip to start the Mountain West Conference season. They lost in Albuquerque on Wednesday night, flew into San Diego. They spent the last couple of days here in America's finest city. It hasn't gone the way of Boise State today. Gordy Presnell's team falling victim to a red-hot shooting San Diego State squad. The Aztecs hitting 61% in the first half to lead by 26. And that lead is now 23 as we start the fourth quarter. Chris Ello back with you. Viejas Arena, Boise State basketball to start the fourth. Libby Hutton giving the ball to Bays. Back to Hutton. And a foul. So the two Aussies working the play that time. Bays from Brisbane, Australia, setting it up for Hutton out of Perth. And from down under, Boise State has a chance at a 3-point play. Libby Hutton, who scored the career high for her, 17 on Wednesday night in Albuquerque, has come back with 13 in this game. Missed the free throw. Hamilton charges back the other way for the Aztecs. Kaylin out of McKinney, Texas, in the Dallas area. Sophomore, came into the program with Panganiban, Martinez, and this young lady, Bailey Barnhart, who got the bucket and the foul. Fab Four seems like kind of an obvious nickname, but that's what those players have become. Barnhart and Hamilton, along with Panganiban and Martinez, the four of them all live in the same apartment, share an apartment. And they actually, I mean, even coming from all different places all around the country, they just became fast friends right from the get-go last year. And they've carried it over. Barnhart with a 3-point play. 7 for Barnhart. Outside, Danny Bays. The shot has not been there for the Broncos. Latta trying to pry it loose, and it'll go to the Aztecs. Good hustle on the play by Garza, but she had a foot on the line. So the Aztecs will get it back here with a minute gone by in the fourth quarter. Leading 67-43. The Aztecs' lead has not been under 20 at any point here in the second half. Latta, who made a 4-point play a little bit ago. Barnhart, who just had a 3-point play. Kennedy Lee having a big game. 5 of 7, 14 points for Kennedy. Plays it into the post to Barnhart. Rebounded by Bays. Bays on the run. Danny Bays directing a little traffic. Plays it to Hutton, and now Bays for 3. Those are shots that we've seen Danny Bays make. They're not going in today for Boise State. Kaylin Hamilton on the drive. Brings it out to Latta. Back to Hamilton. A good look. Mosley couldn't pry it away from Maldonado. Into the post. Garza has it tipped away. Kennedy Lee has played a really, really good game defensively. Tipped out by the hustling Hutton. Kennedy Lee, defensively, like I said, she doesn't have the same height that these players, but she's got the strength, and she's got a lot of quickness to be able to get around in front and knock away some of those interior passes, and we've seen Kennedy Lee do that on a few occasions today. Ball comes in to Hamilton with 2 minutes gone in the fourth. Kaylin Hamilton, nice bounce pass. Barnhart with the easy bucket. That's good teamwork. 2 of the Fab 4 combining there, and it's 69-43. Libby Hutton blocked, but a foul on Barnhart. Bailey thought she had all ball. The third on Barnhart. Bailey Barnhart's father, Brooks, was an all-conference forward at the University of San Diego. And like a really, really good all-conference forward. He's now a high school coach in town. Not the same high school that Bailey played at. Brooks actually coaches boys basketball. But he is a terrific guy and a great role model for his daughter, Bailey Barnhart, who goes out of the game. Barnhart with 9 points and 5 rebounds today. Been an effective game for Barnhart. Sophia Kalameni, 6-foot senior from Kavala, Greece, checks in for San Diego State. Hutton splitting the free throws. 69-44. Kaylin Hamilton. Here's Kayla Meni. Played at San Jose State last year. Kendall Mosley. Aztecs using some of their bench players with the big lead. And Latta out of the corner. Rebounded by Howard. Up above everyone at 6'5". Maya Hansen going to Maldonado. Now swing it. Winds up in the hands of Jada Lewis. 10 to shoot for the Broncos. Howard trying to make the move. Not easy at 6'5" to keep the footwork together on that move. And a travel called against Howard. 69-44. The Aztecs scored 50 points in the first half. Second half has basically been played on even terms. Boise State scored 20, the Aztecs 19. This game clearly was won in the first half. Hamilton finding Kayla Meni, and they're going to say it was last touched by Sophia. This game has lacked any kind of drama in the second half, but that's exactly the way the Aztecs wanted it. When you get ahead by 26 points, you want a very ho-hum second half. You don't want the other team making it exciting. And there's a nice play, but Maldonado couldn't finish. And Mosley pulling it free for the Aztecs. So the Aztecs second half, pretty much what the doctor ordered, just keep it quiet and hang on to the big lead. Kaylin Hamilton and Kennedy Lee cleans it up. Big game for Lee, 16 points. And we have a player down, unfortunately, for Boise State after the drive by Kaylin Hamilton. So Gordy Presnell, the great head coach of the Broncos, out with the athletic training staff to check on the injured player. I don't want to guess. I think it's Maldonado, but I don't want to be wrong. We'll take a break while they take a look. The Aztecs lead big here. More to come on the Mountain West Network. Back in San Diego, certainly some concern for the Boise State freshman Morgan Maldonado, who was helped back to the bench by her teammates in obvious pain. And you don't like to guess in a injury situation like that, but hopefully she's just in a lot of pain, but nothing terribly wrong happened on that collision. Maldonado getting some treatment down at the end of the bench, but feel bad for this young lady and all these young ladies who come out there and play these games, and these injuries happen sometimes. You don't like to see it at all. 5:33 to play. Game that has really not been in doubt since midway in the second quarter. Lewis on the reverse, rebounded by Kennedy Lee. 5:24 to play. San Diego State in the commanding position, 69-44. Kaylin Hamilton. And it comes to Latta. Kendall Mosley, the freshman, with the soft touch. And Mosley, she's got a very high arcing three-point shot, and that's the second one she's made today. Howard in the post, doubled, has to bring it back out. Hutton lost it on the dribble. So good to see Kendall Mosley contributing for the Aztecs today. The freshman patiently waiting her turn. And today, getting some time and delivering. Timeout with 4:47 to go in the third quarter. It has been all Aztecs all day. San Diego State 72, Boise State 44 on the Mountain West Network. San Diego State been playing sweet music all day long here at Viejas Arena. The Aztecs now leading by 30 over Boise State. 4:47 to play in the fourth quarter. Crisello watching the Aztecs, who will improve to 2-0 in the conference and 8-3 overall. It'll be the Aztecs' fourth consecutive win. Boise State's going to fall to 9-4 overall and start conference play 0-2. But as I mentioned earlier, I fully expect Boise State will be right there in the hunt as this season goes along. They're too good of a team. Kennedy Lee pops out, misses a three. Rebounded by Hansen. And here comes the freshman with a nice drive, Izzy Harms out of Eugene, Oregon. Her first field goal. 74-46. Kayla Meni with a quick trigger. She's got it. Sophia Kayla Meni. It's the 10th three by San Diego State today. 77-46. 4 minutes to play. Hutton getting it to Hansen, and now to the freshman Garza in the post. A couple of chances for Garza. Hutton diving on the floor to keep it alive, but a jump ball goes back to the Aztecs. 3:45 left. Kara Thompson, a freshman from Camas, Washington, getting into the game for Boise State. As Gordy Presnell allows some of his younger players to get some playing time here. 3:35 left to go. Kayla Meny rolling to the hoop. Outside to Constantinidu. Now Mosley. Kendall Mosley. 5 to shoot. The Aztecs turn it over as Garza and Borcherding, two freshmen, in there for the Broncos. Borcherding played at Legends High School in Parker, Colorado, the same high school that the Aztecs freshman center Aubrey Cook played at. Cook has not yet got into the game. We may still see her here. Harms with the jumper. Rebounded by Mosley. Hamilton putting on the burst. Inside to Kayla Meny, and she was hacked. The foul is on Garza. Sophia Kayla Meny. I can describe this young lady in one word: smart. She majors in molecular biology. That's all you need to know about how smart Sophia Kayla Meny is. 23 starts last year at San Jose State. 3 times a Mountain West Conference all-academic team member. Kayla Meny hits the free throw, or 1 of 2. The lead is 32 for the Aztecs. Two teams will play again in Boise at the end of February. The Aztecs will be looking to snap a 10-game losing streak in Boise when they get up there for that return matchup. But here in San Diego, the Aztecs have had Boise State's number. Aztecs going to get called for a 10-second violation. Didn't get the ball into the front court in time. Ellie Chen, the former walk-on, getting into the game for the Aztecs. 5'5", a junior from South Pasadena, California. Chen, who's actually been in the program longer than any other Aztec out there. Chen is in her 3rd year in this program. And as mentioned, that no one else has been there longer than her. Great teammate. And if she's able to get a basket, you'll see quite a celebration for Chen. She's got the ball right now. Chen was an all-conference high school player. Aubrey Cook is going to get in as well here in a moment for the Aztecs as Hamilton is fouled. So we'll see Aubrey Cook, and she'll play against her high school teammate, Borcherding. Both are freshmen competing for their separate squads out of the same high school. Chen straight away to Mosley. Kendall Mosley. She's 3 for 3 from the arc today. 9 points for Mosley. The Aztecs hit the 80 mark with 1:28 to go. Little pick and roll. Borcherding back to Harms, the freshman working. And Harms pops open for 3 and got it. Only the 3rd 3 today for Boise State. The Aztecs have made 11. 81-51. And we're down to the final minute. Chen puts on the move. Missed on the jumper. You heard the groan in the crowd. They love Ellie, and she's got the steal at the other end. Chen on the dribble, brings it out to Kayla Meny. Outside for Mosley. Mosley on the turnaround. Banks it in. 11 for Mosley. Second time this year. She's had 11. The Aztecs have had 9 different players this year score in double figures. Harms hits again. Another 3 for Izzy Harms, the freshman from Eugene. She has 10 points. And we're down to the final 23 seconds. I don't think the Aztecs will take a shot. I don't think Stacey Terry Hudson will let them. Shot clock is off. And the Aztecs are going to win this one in convincing fashion. A really, really good performance by the Red and Black today. They win it 83-54 over a Boise State team that is a lot better than what we saw out there today. We'll take a break, come back. We got post-game interviews and recaps for you ahead as the Aztecs win by 29, 83-54 over Boise State on the Mountain West Network. Chris Hello back in San Diego. It was all Aztecs today over Boise State. San Diego State wins it 83-54. The Aztecs improving to 8-3 overall, 2-0 in the Mountain West Conference. Boise State falls to 9-4, and the Broncos, after losses to New Mexico and San Diego State on the road, open up 0-2 in conference play. Neither of these two schools will play for the next 11 days. They'll both have a little Christmas break. The Aztecs return to action on Wednesday, December 31st, an afternoon affair here at Viejas Arena. The Aztecs will take on Air Force. Boise State's next game will be their conference home opener, also on December the 31st. And the Broncos will be home to Nevada. That'll be a 2 o'clock start for those of you in the Mountain Time Zone. As far as the Aztecs are concerned, they had it all clicking today. They really did. San Diego State shooting a rather remarkable 61% from the field in the first half. And I said it at the time, they keep shooting like this, it's going to be game over. Well, they kept shooting like this. And the Aztecs just had everything going for them with shots dropping from the arc. And they hit 71% in the first quarter and kept it going. Naomi Honganiban is going to hang out with us for a second here. That was a pretty good-looking game. Do you hear me okay, Naomi?
Yeah.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys played great today. Did you sense that it was one of those days where you guys had it working?
Honestly, yeah, kind of. I feel like our preparation was super good. I think everyone was locked in because Boise's a super good team. They're really streaky. They can light you up from 3. So the scout was amazing by the coaches, and I think all the players just really executed that really well.
Talk a little bit about what you guys have been working on here in the early part of this season. I think the defense has, been really, really good, and today your offense clicked well.
Like, talk about what we've been doing?
Yeah, like what kind of things have the coaches been on you guys about, trying to work on?
Something that is one of our strengths is just playing fast.
Okay.
Everyone can shoot the ball, so I think we're a threat from everywhere. So just moving the ball quick, pushing in pace, that's what we've been doing the last couple of practices, and I think it really showed today, all the work we've been putting in, all the ball movement.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
You don't like to talk about your own individual play, and that's one of the things that makes you, such a great player and teammate. But you have been on a nice rhythm, I think, the last 2 or 3 games, and I'm seeing some shots now. The left hand, you must have worked on that the offseason because you're getting into the lane and finishing. Those are tough shots, and you're making them.
Yeah. Me and my dad talk about this all the time, but it was. I think my left hand got really good. I feel like in middle school because I broke my hand twice, so I had to get cast twice. So that whole time, I just been practicing with my left, doing left-handed shots, left-handed layups. So, yeah.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say one of your favorite plays today was the block shot you had.
Ooh.
That, I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, whoever has that clip, I need that clip.
You want that clip? But Ben Pearson, get that clip.
I need the clip, Ben.
Danny Bay is a really good player, and I thought she had a half a step on you, but you were on that play. That was a hell of a defensive play. And then you got the bonus. The ball bounced off of her, too. Nicely done.
Yeah, that. Shout out Coach James for all the vertical movement.
There you go. Yeah. All right, so do you get a little holiday break, and then you guys come back and play Air Force in a little while, and I'm sure you're happy with how things are going.
Yes.
So
happy holidays, everybody.
All right, Naomi Panganiban, great game today.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, 18 for Naomi today as she had it rolling, and the Aztecs had it rolling themselves in a 83-54 victory over Boise State. All right, so we're back here. Hi, everybody. So good to be with you. Somehow something happened to my monitor, so I'm going to have to make up some of the final stats. But I just know that the Aztecs crushed it. They shot 61% in the first half. That's all you really need to know. Boise State was unable to get it going. They went 6 minutes without a point. Boise State did at the end of the second quarter. The Aztecs led 50-24 at that point, and the Aztecs simply did not let them get back in the game. In the second half, the lead was never less than 20. And so it was, as I said, it was kind of a dull second half, but that's the way the Aztecs wanted it. I think for Boise State, like I said, this is a team with 4 senior starters. They've got the player of the year in Tatum Thompson, preseason player of the year, and they're going to have a really good season. They were 9-2 coming into conference play. Gordy Presnell's one of the great coaches, so they're going to be fine. But I think one thing, that Gordy would probably say is that they have to get Tatum Thompson going. Thompson, being a player of the year candidate, 2 of 6 with only 6 points Wednesday night at New Mexico. Today she was just 1 of 7 and scored only 2 points. Tatum Thompson's too good. And so they got to get her back and get her going. And once she starts doing what she is capable, that opens things up for the great shooting of Maya Hansen and Natalie Pasco. But also give the Aztecs credit. They, denied Boise State, did not allow them easily into executing what they wanted to do. It was a good defensive performance. In fact, San Diego State's last 3 games now, they've allowed 53, 53, and today 54 points. You're going to win a lot of games with defense like that. Panganiban, Kennedy Lee, they led the way. Kendall Mosley, the freshman, came off the bench with 11. Everybody in on it today. The Aztecs made 12 three-pointers in a runaway victory. We want to thank our crack support staff. Andrew Burton, our producer, and Brett Michael, our director. Thank you to Kyle McPhillips, Sean Parker, Miko Katzen, and Evan Olau, our camera people. Hope you enjoyed our presentation today. Have a great holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you're all celebrating. And we'll be back with you on December 31st, a 1 o'clock game, next one up against Air Force. From San Diego, Chris Ello bidding you all a pleasant good afternoon. Once again, the final score, San Diego State 83, Boise State 54 on the Mountain West Network.